Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how to draft a circular gown. I'll be showing you how I folded my Ankara fabric using this paper. So I folded it into two like this. So from one end, I just folded it again, forming a triangle. This is it. So this is it here. As this is a paper, that's why I couldn't make it equal. So from this end, I'll be taking my measurement. So as you can see from the style, it will be having a lace at the upper part, that's the chest line. From the chest line, there will be a lace attached to it. So I'll be drafting this Ankara as an off shoulder. For my lace fabric, I will minus 8 inches to get the length of the gown. The length I'm working it is 45. 45 minus 8 will give us 37. So I'll just go ahead and mark. I'll add 1 inch extra for seam allowance. As you're marking, you'll be moving your tape. Okay, so this is what I'm having. So I'll just go ahead and cut this part out. So this is what we'll be working with. So on the chest line, I'll take my bust measurement. The bust measurement I'm working with is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. I'll add 1 inch extra for seam allowance. Our bust measurement. So I'm through with these parts. I'll just go ahead and cut out the lace. So this is the lace fabric I'll be using for my upper part. So I'll just go ahead and fold it into 4, just like I folded the Ankara. I'll just place it. I'll put my lace on it. I placed it on it using half an inch. You can see what I did. After I placed it on it using half an inch, I'll just mark my 8 inches I subtracted earlier on. On the line where I marked my 8 inches, I'll take my shoulder measurements. The shoulder I'm working with is 18. 18 divided by 2 gives us 9. Okay. My armhole is 17. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. So I'll use my cobbler to connect. Okay, this is what I'm having for my armhole. So I'll just cut it out before cutting out the neckline, in order not to get you confused. Okay, before cutting out my neckline, I'll take my shoulder slope, 3 inches, then 1 inch. I'll connect the lines together. 3 inches on the neckline, then 1 inch on the shoulder line. So just go ahead and cut this. So on my neckline, I'll use 4 inch for my neck depth. I marked out 4 inch for my neck depth. Then for my neck width, I'll come down by 5 inches. That's for the front. For the back, I'll use 2.5 inches. So I'll just first of all cut out the back neck before cutting out the front. Okay. Now I'll just remove the back. That's one piece of the lace. Then I'll cut out my front part. So this is the back. This is how it's looking. And this is the front part. So I just came down by 4 inch at the back part so I can insert my button. I'll turn here with a bias strip. Then you can see I use half inch or quarter inch to turn it with a bias strip. Then I'll insert my button. Okay, I'll just go ahead and join my lace fabric with the Ankara. Then turn the neck with a bias strip. I'll also use a lining to turn the lower part of the gown, which is the Ankara. I'll use lining to turn after fixing my lace. So I'll just do just that and show you guys. You can see how it's looking. I just joined the lace to my Ankara, and this is the back part. I'll use a bias strip to bias this side like this, then attach like a 1 inch elastic band, the tiniest elastic band. I'll just attach the elastic or a tiny roll where my button can pass through. So this is the back part of it after I attached it to the Ankara fabric. Okay, this is how it's looking. And this is the front part of my gown. I'll do same, use bias to turn the neck round. Then I'll cut out lining. I'll cut it same way I cut the Ankara, and I'll turn it from this side like this. From where I joined my lace, I'll just turn it over like this. So I'll just do just that now. Using this organza material for my hand is a puff hand. So I'll just fold it into two like this and fold again. It's an half yard of fabric because it's a small puff hand. Okay, let me measure the length so you guys know how plenty it is. This is 58 inches. So I'm using 58 inches for the sleeve, for the puff sleeve. So I'll just fold it like I did. Fold twice, then fold again. Okay. So since it's a puff sleeve, I'll just do a free hand and sketch out my hand like this. I'm doing a free hand since it's a puff sleeve. Just sketch out from this end like this. Then I'll just take it down. So this is it. This like times 2 of the sleeve measurements I'm using. So I didn't take any measure, I just used the free hand because I want it very full. So I'll gather the upper part and also gather the lower part before attaching a band. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Okay, I'll notch this upper part, the center part of it. Then I'll open up this side. And this is it. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys about the length. This is 18 inches. Like I said around is half yard, and you know half of 36 inches is 18. So this is 18 inches. So I'll use the Ankara fabric for the band. This is the side I'll be measuring. This is the measurement I'm using for the band. Okay, the round sleeve measurements I'm using is 16. So I'll just mark 16, adding 1 inch extra, making it 17. So what I'm using is 17, like this. I just added 1 inch for fold. So on that point, I'll mark my 2 inch. So this will be for my band. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. Okay, this is what we have for. Okay, this one is for one of the sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and place this on another fabric and cut out same piece for my second sleeve. So just place it. So I now have two of it for the both sleeve. So after gathering, I'll just use this to sew on it. This is the outcome of our gown. This is the back. You can see how beautiful it's looking. This is the front part. This is the outcome of my gown. You can see the front is looking so beautiful.